three men, three women. They pick four topics over the weekend and they come share us their opinion about certain different topics. And the topics I got this week are hot. They're pretty hot. So I'm gonna let Emoji J do his thing now. But they're hot. They're worth the wait.
I was trying to get it how I live. I want them dead presidents. I wanna pull up, head spin, get fly. I got 6 jobs, I don't get tired. I don't get tired. I don't get tired. I don't get tired. Get fly. I got 6 jobs, I don't get full-time father, full-time artist. Ex-guard, he said grind harder, learn from every time you ever fail. If it never failed, just grind smarter. Iron sharpened, you the dag on they hindquarters and they all acting. Rap game, I'm a pallbearer. Kill may get a call after. First look, it was all laughter. Kevin Gates, no small matter. Made men believe when they didn't believe. Dive in the crowd, no safety holders. Got in the booth, no safety on it. Aiming, I shoot for the stars. Got the award, I ain't win no awards. Only meaning one thing, don't get tired, I go hard. I was trying to get it how I live. I want them dead presidents. I wanna pull up, head spin, get fly. I got 6 jobs, I don't get tired. I don't get tired. I don't get tired. I don't get tired. Get tired. I got 6 jobs, I don't get tired. And the woman I love on the air mattress. We share a car, my hair nappy. Couldn't afford flights, no air travel. Still Rice Krispies like sand gravel. Walking testament of what can happen. The moment you follow your heart, keeping the faith even when it get dark. They say give up as I tell them get lost. 6 years ago I just purchased a farm. Most likely the one that you cannot afford. Right foot on the gas.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. All right, so how this works is, welcome everybody. We let all the men get in the box at once. We let all the women get in the box at once. Each and every one of them answer all the questions. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, my fault. Some came in. All right. This week, the ladies has to go first because last week the men went first. So can I get all the ladies to request the box at this time and we'll get the show on its way. Miss Randy, EU Smith, Pretty Troll.
Hello.
Buzz. Well, let me add her. Okay, there we go.
Hi, Miss Randy. Hi, EU Smith. Hi, D'Angelo. Hi, everybody.
So how y'all feeling tonight?
Good.
Everybody's feeling okay? Everybody's feeling good?
I'm feeling amazing. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Everybody hit me just fine? Everything's okay?
Yep.
All right. So since we started with the ladies, we got to ask the man's question first, right? And then we're going to let y'all out the box after we get y'all great opinions and we'll hear what they say about their own question and vice versa. So let's get this going. Okay, so the men say, oh, let's ask someone, do you believe in true love? And if so, what does it look like? If you don't, why not? Let's just get right into it. I like that one.
Who goes first?
Anybody that wants to go first.
Ladies, you girls want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I do believe in true love, and what that looks like for me is somebody being respectful and able to communicate their wants and needs by being assertive and also listening to what you want and what you need. And by communicating effectively, like, don't be like having a situation and not able to talk it out like adults, just kind of sweeping it under the rug and letting resentment set up and going to sleep on the couch. You know what I'm saying? I like the person that I'm looking for is going to have to know how to like have a grown up fight, like sit there and work it out and try to get to a mutual agreement, like agree to disagree and sleep in the bed with me.
I like that. So you need a person that has clear cut, open communication.
I do. You have to be a communicator. I can't deal with a guy that doesn't know how to communicate.
And
Because,
assertive too, right?
sir,
And assertive too, right? You said
right.
assertive
And
communication.
assertive,
I do
you know, communicate to me what he needs while I'm communicating to him what I need. And I think that when you communicate with each other, that'll bridge the gap on whatever's going on. Because half the time, most of the time, that's what's going on. There's no communication.
I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I respect that a lot. Thank you. Okay, Miss Randy, Pretty Troll, which one of y'all would love to go next?
Miss Randy, you want to go first?
So the original, it's a, do you believe in true love was the first part of the question. Second part.
And if you don't, why not?
So I believe that there's true love out there, right? So you can fall in love. But like EU Smith said, you have to.
Can y'all hear her? I can't hear her.
I can hear you win.
Miss Randy, you went out. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you back
Okay.
now.
Like you have to work on staying in love. Like, you know, like the whole love at first sight. Like that can, like, oh my gosh, that's like what do they call that? That's like
The honeymoon phase.
yeah,
When
like
you
that's
see
like
somebody, y'all running around, y'all in the
that's like
honeymoon
lust.
phase.
Like, you know, like you can lust after somebody, but like true love is like work. That's hard. That's like you have to invest in true love. Like you have to put effort into true love. So like to me there's a difference. Like, you know, you can anybody can like start a relationship with like lust, but to actually have true love, you have to invest. You have to put in the work, the legwork. I mean, it can't just happen overnight. You have to actually do hard work for it. So to me, you know, there's a little bit of difference depending on how you want to look at it. Like, yeah. There's lust and then there's love.
I respect it. I respect it. I respect it. Okay. Pretty Troll.
Okay, so the question was, does true love exist, right?
I'll read the question for y'all. Do you believe in true love? And if you don't, why not? So it's just, do you believe in it?
I definitely believe in true love. I think that with true love is just like you act different. You just move different in a relationship. I think true love is moving like a unit, right? I think true love is trying to never say no to your partner, trying to find a compromise, you know. I think that true love is also to a soul tie. You know, a lot of times we get into a relationship with somebody because they like us and we try to find things that we like about them because they're a good person, because they're financially stable, because you like their family. But I think true love goes beyond trying to make yourself like somebody. I think true love goes beyond that. I think true love is the type of thing where if you think about somebody hard enough, they'll call you. Right? I think true love goes beyond like the physical realm. I think that true love exists when you have that soul tie, that connection to somebody where you think about them so much and all of a sudden they're calling you, when their desires, their goals, their ambitions are your desires, goals, and ambitions. When their fears become your fears, I think that's when you reach true love. And I think it's more complicated than just being in a relationship and getting to true love. You have to start with some type of tie, some type of connection, some type of tie. Maybe I believe sometimes that we are tied to people in our past lives. That's just my belief. And I think that sometimes we're lucky enough to find them in this life as well. And I think that's when you reach true love, when it goes beyond good paperwork and it goes beyond a good job and a nice car and a great future and stocks and bonds and 401ks. But when your tie is to that person, when there's no life, no air without that person, then I think you got true love. And you got to work at it too, like Miss Randy said. You got to work at it. I definitely believe in true love. I hope we all find it in 2022. I hope we all find it in 2022.
I think all three of y'all was enlightening and all added to what each other said. And I like that. That was definitely dope. Like, because it's all different forms of true love. And what true love look like is different for each and every one of us in its own way, shape, and form. And I like that a lot. So I'm gonna let y'all stuff out the box so we can let the men in the box.
Thank you.
And keep it going. We gotta ask them what this true love look like. All right, can I get all the guys in the box at this time? That was kind of enlightening for real. That was kind of enlightening for real. I have to say, and KB Mike couldn't have found the live or made it, but we gotta keep it moving.
Oh, the girls, homie, swag.
What's up, Dale? What's up, Moore? How do y'all feel?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
I'm good, brother. I'm blessed.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. Did y'all hear them women? That got kind of real, didn't it?
Yeah. For the most part. Not expecting.
Yeah, for the most part, I like that, Dale. Moore said, I don't really know. Okay,
said
so let's
for the most part.
re-ask the question. Let's re-ask the question. Do you believe in true love? And if you don't, why not?
Definitely believe in true love. I think that true love means meeting your partner where they're at. It means loving them the way they need to be loved and not necessarily the way that you need to be loved. Like one of your last guests said, it's work. It's not going to always be feel good moments. It's not going to always be, that romantic ecstasy that we, feel in the beginning. You know what I mean? And that part is definitely part of the relationship. And I think that when that last guest said, when you feel like there's just no air, there's no breathing without that person, I think that that you found that connection that is of true love. But I mean, I think a lot of the times, one person can be in true love and the other person can't. But I think when you have two people who are true, in true love, they're in, like the other guest said, they're invested in one another and they're willing to make to put in the work to make the relationship work because of that love for one another, because that person's happiness is more important to them than your own.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. What's up, Dale? What you got?
True love, man. There is such thing as true love. True love is what you're, but I also feel as though like you can really grow to love someone more so than anything, right? So like it's the feelings and emotion, and it's that natural. For me, it's more of that natural feeling where it just feels natural to love them. You know what I'm saying? It's unexplainable. It's unobtainable. It's kind of one of those things you know when you know. You know what I'm saying? So and then like as far as growing into love, you can really realistically you can love anyone or anything, right? So but there's levels to love, and when you talk about true love for me is that unnatural feeling that makes you feel uneasy, right? It makes you feel queasy. It gives you that emotion that you can't explain, and you can't quite put your finger on it, and you're scared. You know what I'm saying? You're scared because it gives you that vulnerability that you never had before. You know what I'm saying? So when you're talking about love is love. You can love anyone. I mean, I can be around more for an entirety and the same thing with like when being in the military. I can love anyone because they're my battle buddies. They've been through the grind and things of that nature. But true love has that unexplainable feeling that you have with a person that you can't put a real definition on it. And when you just know you have that chemistry with that person, and it goes beyond that. But and I think that's what the major difference is between kind of the two of it.
I respect that too. So true love comes in all shapes, forms, and sizes, I guess, each their own, right? But one thing I heard commonly through the men and women was it's something that just happens and hits you in the gut that you just want to work out, you want to please, you want to make smile, you want to make happy. It just comes natural to you, right?
Yep.
That's what that looks like, right? That's a scary feeling. Well, I guess I ain't in true love yet, right? All right, I gotta ask y'all one of the ladies' questions. I mean, I'm only 30. You know, I'm just glad. I'm glad it ain't hit me yet. No. You know how this go, Dale. You've been here. While y'all in the body, y'all gotta answer one of the women's questions.
Okay.
And they want to know. Let's get straight into it. Are breaks okay in a relationship? I like that. Are breaks okay in a relationship?
Dale, you want to take this one first?
No, I did not.
Who you gonna be? Well, I gonna be Ross, you gonna be Ray, and I gotta know.
Right, Misha. Yes, y'all. I don't know. Dale's a big speaker, so are you more. So I don't know. I feel like I'm glad I'm not in y'all seat.
Are breaks okay in relationships? It depends on what type of break are we talking. I feel like a break needs a timeline on it. You get what I'm saying? Some people feel as though like if a break is end all be all, and I don't feel like it's end all be all. If you need a break, you need a break. Sometimes a vacation is a break. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for a week, going for 2 weeks. We're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna readjust and reset. So in that aspect of it, I think breaks are needed because sometimes you spend too much time with a person, and you got to think it's two lives that in a relationship are coming together and trying to be joined at one. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it work. And it's not always easy when you love somebody that you have that you still could truly love someone, but you may need that break. You may need that absence to miss the person. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to so in that sense, I think breaks are needed. But you have to have a time. I feel as though timeline needs to be adjusted. Well, we're having this disagreement where we're not seeing eye to eye. Let's be away from each other and then put a timeline on it. That way we're not waiting on in the dust of like, oh, we've been broken up for a whole month, 2 months, and you expect me to wait on you? Hell no, I'm not waiting on you. Or am I going down range? You know what I'm saying? For me, you know what I'm saying, with being in the military, our break could be virtually me going down range for a year, right? And I don't want to mess up something that I've built with that, but that's my reality, right? My reality is that, and that's kind of way in a break. So in that sense, I think a break is always needed because we do get on each other's nerves. You know what I'm saying? We do get, so a break could be a weekend, and you just a weekend going away. Now, there's a difference between a break and breaking up, right? So if you put it in perspective, like I need a break from you where I just don't need to be around you per se, but we're still having that bond where we're not going and seeking other people. I just need a break as far as I need to get away for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So like breaking up, that's a different thing. There's no ties, right? So for me, if I'm breaking up, I'm going to go pursue something else, or I'm going to take my break for myself, and then one or the two, right? So I'm gonna take my own peace, gather my own peace. And if I want to break from you, and breaking up is two different things. So
I think Dell said it really well. I think it's very tricky answering this question. You have to be very careful. So when you say we're on a break, that can mean a lot of things. And it's important that, especially, you know, if you have that true love, if you're in a relationship with someone, you're defining exactly what's about to happen. Mm-hmm. So if you're talking about we're going to be on a break, then we need a little bit of space. Maybe, you know, we've just been, you know, COVID's going on. We're just been in too close quarters for a while. Maybe you just need a week off. Maybe we just need a little vacation. We're still together, but we just need a little bit of space. Mm-hmm. You know, that's one thing. But when you're talking about like, I want to break from the relationship, as in we're not together at this point, that is a different thing entirely, and you need to be very clear with that. Because if we're on a break, I'm a free man and you're a free woman, or whatever relationship you have, man, woman. If we're on a break, you're free to do whatever you want, and I don't have to be responsible to you. Now, in this day and age, there's all different kinds of relationships that are looking very different than the traditional relationships. I mean, we've got, polyamorous relationships. We've got open relationships. So I hesitate to say this, but to each their own. But I think the most important thing, whether it's just we need space or whether it's a temporary breakup, you have to have this conversation with your partner, and y'all need to be on the same page about it. Otherwise, what's going to happen is I'm going to say, hey, Sally, we're on a break. She said, okay, we're on a break. And for that may mean I just need a little bit of space. I need a week or two away. But for Sally, that meant, hey, I can go off and do what I want. I'm going to go out in the club and hook up with, this other guy. So be on the same page about it. But you just gotta be very careful and know what you're doing. But realize if you're taking a break from the relationship, that other person is free to do what they want during that time. You cannot have a temporary breakup where you have any locus of control over what your partner is doing.
I like that. All I'm gonna say to that is breaks. When we taking a break for 4 hours, I'm a straight shooter. I'll probably after 4 hours though, I'm gonna think it's over. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie to y'all after 4 hours, because I feel like relationships should be worked out, right? And I feel like if you telling me you need time away from me and not life, like I get what Dale said about going on a vacation, that's a break from life. But if this break look like you need a break from me, then I'm gonna move on with my life. Because if we can't work it out to where you physically can't be around me, then there's bad things to come, I feel like, in the future. That's my personal opinion. I want to add to the guys on that.
I don't agree with that, but you know what I'm saying? I think breaks are healthy. In a sense of you got to remember there is two lives that are coming together, especially like if you say with COVID, right? So there's two lives that's coming together, and you was raised differently. You're putting two people together that have different values, different morals, different, you know what I'm saying? You may have some of the similarities, but you was raised differently. So like when you're talking about a break and I want to stay in a relationship, I think it's healthy it's not necessarily going on a break. I'm going to my mama's house for a couple of days because we're not agreeing right now. We're being irrational. I need this thing in order for us to come back together and have this talk like two adults. You know what I'm saying? So like in that sense, you know what I'm saying? I'm not smothering you, and especially if you're living with a person, right? And it's okay for that time. I'm not going to go club. I'm not going to go try to fuck another woman. Excuse my French, sorry, but I need this space for us to have this communication barrier that we have, to fix this communication barrier that we have, so I can get my thoughts together of my left and my right limits, right? So that's what when we're talking about break and break up, it's two different things. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like Moore said, you have to communicate that wisely of what exactly is needed from your spouse. And you have to be understanding because, again, we're two different people.
Exactly. So
we're two different people.
So it has to be limited. That's what I'm saying. So you saying it has to be boundaries. So basically your significant other would understand exactly what was going on. So she wouldn't be out thinking she was like free to do
but I need to get away from you.
Mutual understanding. That's all I
gotta get away from you right now, because right now there's nothing but curse words coming out my mouth, and I just need to get away from you for a few days so I can clear my head. You know what I'm saying? And there's not like it. Listen, it's okay and it's healthy, and that's about being mature. It shows your maturity level as well, of you being mature enough to trust your spouse, trust your person, to let them go, let them be, let them live for a little bit. Because listen, there's two different people, especially you 30? How old are you, More?
30. Wait, we don't have to answer.
Right, we all in our 30s, right? So I'm in my 30s too, but you got to be mature enough to trust your person and trust your spouse in order for them to be grown. You know what I'm saying?
I think I think the main thing is you just, whatever it's going to look like, you have to be on the same page, because if you're not, because like the thing is, you have one opinion, D'Angelo Dale has one opinion. The truth is you're both right, you know, because at the end of the day, every relationship is different and what everybody wants is different. But the important thing is, if we're talking about a break, both parties need to be on the same page, so that, because otherwise y'all are going to go two different directions and y'all are going to be just even more pissed off if and when y'all come back.
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, all right, we got to let the women in here. We can't take up all the time. I'm sorry, guys. I had to add that in there because I like conversing with the guys. But can we get all the special guest ladies in the box to answer that question? Please and thank you. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. The question is, are breaks okay in a relationship?
I'll go ahead and go first, ladies, again, because I was just like steaming waiting for this. I'm going to take a position by agreeing with Moore on that it needs to be defined what a break is to them, and then you would need to set realistic expectations about how long the break is. I also agree with Dale in the fact that he said, like, it's okay to take a break. I'm thinking, I'm a mental health therapist, so if something's going on and it's affecting your mental health, please get out of that situation and take a break. But those things need to be talked about, okay? Like, you thinking you just gonna like, ooh, on a break, I'll have a break this weekend, I need a break. No, we're not gonna use that loosely, right? The most famous celebrity I can think about that took a break was Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. Well, they were on break. While breaking, he got another lady pregnant, right? So when they came back together, that created a situation. Yes, no, they weren't together, but then now there's another member that's been added to their family because while on break, he didn't protect himself. So I would say for me, ain't no breaks. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to talk about this thing. I don't do breaks. If you want to break up, let's break up. Because if you're not happy and we can't talk about it, communicate with each other, then it's already over. Because I feel like you think it first. Once you thought about doing something, you pretty much done did it. Like they say about people, when you're talking about divorce and stuff, you pretty much have gotten the divorce up here. All you got to do now, you just got to leave, right? So you're talking about breaks. What is it that you want to do? So I would have to communicate first. What does that look like? Define what that is for you. Let's talk about it. Do you know what's going on, right? And then be assertive. Again, back to communication. That's just what works for me, you know? Thank you for that. So I agree with both those positions. Next.
Now you okay? Okay. Who wants? I respect that. I like that. She said breaks ain't for you. Breaks ain't for everybody. I like that. I like these different opinions.
I'm breaking an arm.
Miss Randy, you want to go next?
Sure. Yeah, like for me, I hear the word break and I'm thinking, all right, there's already trouble in the water. Like
Yeah.
what happened that made you think you need a break? Like something happened, right? So then like I understand like Dell's position, like, okay, he's in a position that like he needs a break because of his job. So he had to leave, right? So that's something different. You can't control that situation. That's a situational break. You can't control if your job sends you somewhere. Like, but if you're talking like I need space from you, like I need to cool off, like I need to leave and like go to my sister's house overnight. Okay, that's one thing too. But if we're talking, I need a break, and then we might get back together, because my mind for the rest of my relationship is, what did you do on that break? Who were you with on that break? So you already destroyed the time that we had. Like, even if we put definitions on it, the minute we took that break, forever, I'm going to wonder what you did on that break. And you're going to wonder what I did on that break. It's just the light. It's just how our brains work, right? It's just put it here. I'm going to wonder what you did. You're going to wonder what I did. And every time something happens in the relationship,
We're going to go back to that break.
back to like, oh shit, oops, sorry. What happened on that break? So do we need another break? Right? So then, okay, well, let me go take a break. And you go right back to that break. So once you get to the point where you're in your relationship where you can't talk it out, where you can't communicate through, and you can't decide, okay, this is the point we're at, we're grown, let's have that communication like we was talking about, where true love takes hard work and you got to work through it instead of taking a break, then I feel like the relationship is just like not going to happen. So defining a break and a break up. Like, do you need to go somewhere? Do you need to get a hotel room because like maybe you drank too much tonight and we heated and we arguing? No, you need to go somewhere, spend the night somewhere. But if we taking a break, my mind already broke up with you.
Miss Randy, can I just go to my mom's house instead of the hotel?
Yeah, you could go to your mom's house. You could go to your homeboy's house. I don't
Okay,
care where you
just so her mind don't wonder where I went while I was too drunk that night.
Well, my mind's still gonna wonder. But maybe we need that space. But once we talk about we need a break, we over.
I feel that. I respect that too. So both these ladies have said, hey, no breaks for us. Pretty Troll,
I
you have the
have
floor.
to disagree. Like there's levels to this, right? So first of all, what's the break about? Is the break because there's something with me? Is it me? Is it something about me that's annoying you? Am I too much? Is it my personality? Is it the way I react to things? Is it my lifestyle? What is it? Or is the break based on you? Do you need a break? Are you going through some spiritual evolution? Do you have to go back to school and you need focus? Did you have someone that passed away in the family and you just don't know what to do with your emotions and you just need a break? Because if not, you're not going to treat me correctly and give me the love that I need. It depends, but I'm going to tell you something. If my partner wants a break, I'm going to give him a break. Because I feel like in a relationship, I always think that there is no. There's always a negotiation. There's always a let's try to make it a yes. Let's try for both of us to be happy in the relationship. And you have to listen to your partner. And sometimes you can't take it personal what they're going through. It has nothing to do with you. And trust me, when I first heard, when I first think about the question, it's like break. No, this is we are together. We're a unit. We function as one. There is no break. But then when you start to think about the things that people go through mentally, you know what I mean? The things that people go through spiritually, the things that people go through with their family. If your partner is asking you for a break, you have to at least acknowledge it. You have to try to figure out what's the break for. Is it me? Are you tired of me? Is it me personally, or is it something with you? Do you need a break from this situation because of something that you're going through? I have to always give my man what he wants. Right? Because anytime you try to hold something from someone, it's just going to stay with them. If he's asking for a break, he might just need some time to not pick up his phone, to not check in, to not answer. He might need some time to meditate. He might need some time to fix his spirit. He might need some time to go back home and visit his family without having to check in with me. I trust my man that he could do whatever he wants, and I'm going to be here when that break is over. Sometimes breaks are just short for breakups. And that's okay, but you have to give your partner the chance. You have to give your partner the chance. If my partner was to ask me for a break, I'd give it to him. I try to figure out what the problem was. I tried to come to a solution. And if the break was still needed, then of course he can have a break. Why not? I don't want to deny him anything in a relationship.
I think y'all all touched on it in a different way. I'm gonna let y'all speak again if y'all want to, but I want to say so.
Exactly.
Like EU Smith said, and I like that. The same as Pretty Troll said. EU started out saying, she said, if you got to take a break for your mental health, by all means do that. She said, if you need to get separated from a person to get sane, and Pretty Troll said, sometimes it might be me. I might need to take a step back. I might need to get my mental health adjusted, or you might need to get yours. So we need to figure that out. I like that both of them ladies was bold enough to say that. And EU Smith came on. She said, hey, please take care of your mental health before you take care of your man or your woman. I like that. Was deep to me. That was deep. That spoke volumes to me. That was dope. All right. Do y'all got anything else to add to what Pretty Troll said? Any one of y'all? Before we move on to the next question or what the guys got? Because I ran my big mouth. I didn't want to interrupt y'all.
Next question.
She said, next question. I think we're ready for the next question. Okay. All right. What are some red flags in a relationship? No, what are some red flags that a relationship shouldn't continue on? And I'm the author of that question. So that was my question.
We got enough time today? In alphabetical order? What we doing?
I'm the author of that question. I actually came up with that because I think red flags are different to everybody because some people got more different tolerance levels. Like we say, it's levels to this, right? So what Pretty Troll might put up with, I might not. That Miss Randy might say, hey, that's cool with me, but I'll trip off this. So what are some red flags that a relationship shouldn't continue on?
For me, I don't like to, I'm pretty flexible, right? For me, red flags is control issues, right? I'm grown. I know how to manage myself. I've been managing myself thus far. I will keep in mind that you know, we can talk about some things, right? But just control is a red flag for me, right? I believe in setting boundaries. Boundaries are very important to me. I feel like that it's easier to set the boundaries instead of just letting them loose because it's easier to kind of hold them up, then put them out there and bring the boundaries back in. Bring it back in. That's harder to do, right? So I like some structure. And I feel like he trying to tell me to do this. I can't go with my girlfriends. I got to call this time. I can't do this and I can't do that. That's a problem for me. In a relationship, you guys are supposed to be individuals and grow as one, but together. But if I'm you got too much control, like, why you didn't call me? You at your mama's house? Well, who is that car parked in there? Who all over there? Well, how long you gonna be there at all that? Oh, no, baby, that's a red flag for me. I'm grown. Control it, secure it. Nah, we ain't gonna be able to do that. And then the whole flip your phone down, laying your phone down, that's a red flag for me. Cause what's going on? We finna leave the phones. Yeah, all that flipping your phone over. Oh no, baby, you can go on with that. You not fucking me if you flipping your phone over, okay? So that's a red flag. I'm just like I have no problem with boys' night, girls' night, none of that stuff like that. Cause I just think that you can be grown. People can be grown. Like, you know, I don't need a daddy. You know, I ain't trying to be your mama. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just trying to dominate me, trying to take my spirit away. You know what I'm saying? Where you want me to think like you and feel like you and everything, like just trying to change who I am. That would be a big red flag for me. Just trying to change me. I
like that. I respect all of them things you said, respectfully. Pretty Troll, will you go next for us?
Sure. Repeat the question for me, D'Angelo.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What are some red flags that a relationship should not continue on?
Oh, a red flag. I think a red flag is when you can't admit that you're wrong. I think that is a huge red flag. And it shows signs early on. It shows early on in the relationship when you don't want to admit that you're wrong. That's a huge one, right? I think what EU said about the phone, weird things like, why don't I speak to him at night in his bed? Why don't I speak to him on the weekends? Why do I only speak with him certain hours of the day? The phone, definitely, when someone is hesitant with their phone, because I feel like the phone is the key to everything that they're doing. Like, our parents didn't have these problems, right? Like, nobody was giving their mistress the house phone number. It didn't happen back in the days, you know what I mean? Nowadays, everything is linked to that phone. So I think the phone, the way they act with the phone, if they want to take the phone everywhere, if the phone is off, everything is all about the phone these days. And another thing is when they're not empathetic to people. I notice stuff like when we go to a restaurant on our first dates. How do they treat the waiter when the waiter brings them something that's wrong? How do they treat the people in the drive-thru? How do they treat the little people of society? These are the things that I focus on when I'm on my first date, when I'm on my second date, when I'm on my third date, because those are clear indicators of who they are. You know what I mean? These are clear indicators of who they are.
Yeah.
Another red flag is, how do they treat their family members? How do they treat their family members? How do they treat their kids? How do they treat their parents? Are they impatient with them? Are they insensitive with them? Are they unempathetic with them? How do they treat their family? The people that are around them, are they negative with them? Do those people have bad things to say? I think those would be red flags if the closest people around them didn't, have bad feelings about them. That's definitely a red flag. But I pay attention to little stuff early on. That how did you treat the waiter that came, that got your meal wrong? How did you behave with the bartender? Did you try to cheat them out of a tip? These little things like this. I think there's so many red flags. There are so many like, we can do this topic for 3 hours.
Right. Okay. Let me say this then. And I want them from you too, EU Smith. I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna let Miss Randy say her piece, and then after her piece on this too. But starting with you, what are the top 3 red flags you see in a relationship that you out? Like, if you see these 3 red flags, you gotta go.
Are you asking me or Miss Randy?
Yeah, I'm asking you, and then I'm gonna get to Miss Randy to ask her.
I'm gonna
I want
go
you to tell
with
us that real quick, and then I'm gonna get to Miss Randy so she can say her piece, and then I want all the ladies to answer that. What's the top 3?
To me, a red flag is cheapness. It's a red flag because we're never going to get along. If I'm with a cheap man, we are never, ever going to get along. If he wants to go to the movies for the matinee to save a couple dollars, if he's penny pinching, if he's telling me you don't really need that, I like to spend money in real life. I'm frugal with the things that I can be frugal with because I do like to spend money. I don't want my partner constricting me, not getting stuff because they're cheap. When I go out and I get myself something, it doesn't matter how little it is, I think of him. If I'm going and I'm getting a whole wardrobe, I'm coming back with some clean socks, some new underwear, some socks, a cologne, whatever. I don't want to stop being that way because my partner's not that way. I know that from experience. Cheapness, red flag, red flag, red flag. I'm going to go number 2, what E. Smith said. Okay, the gatekeeper, the cell phone. If you're acting funny with the cell phone, we got an issue here. If we're acting if the cell phone goes with you to the bathroom, if the cell phone is always face down, which is a great one that she said, if you never answer the phone, if you pick up the phone and all of a sudden your face starts looking crazy, I don't even want to deal with it. I don't want to know. I don't care to find out. Why? Bye. That's it. And the third one I would have to say is what I said before. If you have a problem admitting that you're wrong, it means that you will never grow with your partner. If you get into a situation and you try to tell your partner that they were wrong and their answer is, you got it, or I don't want to hear this, or, if there's always an issue when you're trying to work on something, I can't be with somebody like that because I'm not going to hold my tongue. I want to grow together, right? I want to be better together. So if you're not admitting that you're wrong, if you're not trying to work with me as far as communication, major red flag, I cannot move forward. And I got so many more. I'm upset that I only got to pick 3.
All right. Thank you for your show. We got it. Appreciate it more. All right. Miss Randy.
You don't want me to answer the original question. You just want 3 things.
Yeah, can you just give us 3? No, answer the original question. You can answer the original question.
Like, so when you building at the relationship, so the original, like you meet somebody and you try to build together, the original 3 or just red flags in general are cell phone. Like if you have to like take it to the bathroom with you, you have to take it out. Like you get up and like you turn around to grab it because you forgot it, red flag. Like, I'm sorry. Like if you stand up to walk away and you turn around to grab it, red flag. I don't even care. Like you hiding something. You are hiding something. I don't give no F's. Like, I'm sorry. Something's going on. Okay. If you do not have a job, a car, or a place to live, red flag. Red flag. I don't give something wrong. If you over the age of 18 and you ain't got the 3, like I've learned from experience, okay? Some people go through hard times in life. People go through hard times. But if I meet you and we like it's going on a minute, and you still ain't got it, oh, okay, I'm okay. Something going on. Something's wrong. Like that's a red flag. Like I'm telling you, I've been there. I've done that. Like, no.
All right, real quick, what's your top 3? My top 3
is the cell phone. The cell phone for sure.
Okay.
The number 2 red flag, I'm doing the car, the home, and the job. That's all lumped together. And number 3, if you trying to change me, right? We supposed to build together as one, but now all of a sudden you like, why you volunteer so much? Because I do a lot of volunteer. I do a lot of things in the community. I have friends. If you trying to change who I am and who I'm supposed to be, like as a person, we supposed to grow together. Not you ain't supposed to.
Nice.
So I want to be who I am. I want you to be who you are, so we can grow together. But if all of a sudden you don't want me volunteering with my church, you don't want me seeing my friends, you don't want me seeing my family, because it's always about
I get it.
you trying to control me. No, I ain't having it.
I feel that. Okay, Eve Smith, really fast, what's your top 3? And then we got to get to the guys.
My top 3 are control, the way you treat your mom, and the cell phone, okay?
And what's your number 3? That's your number 2?
Yeah. So the way you treat your mom, control, and the cell phone.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, ladies, can I let y'all stuff out the box? Can we get the guys in here to answer the question? And then we'll get to the ladies / no, I think it's the guys. Let me see. Yeah, it's the ladies / question.
We'll talk about it. Let's talk.
All right, welcome back, guys. What are some red flags that a relationship should not continue?
Well, let me say. Oh, is it all right? Okay?
Go ahead, Moore. Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
The problem. This is the most subjective question that we have today, and this is really going to depend on each person and each relationship. So it's all going to come down to 2 things. What are your deal breakers, and what are you and your partner willing to work on? Because you guys can start naming red flags right now in the comment section. And I can tell you, it doesn't matter what it is. It's about what is a deal breaker for you and your partner, and what's it gonna break. Control issues. Okay, if that's a red flag for you. Some men or women may have different opinions of that. But like, if the thing is, if that's an issue for me and I bring it to your attention, then are you willing to work on it? Okay. Someone said cheapness. Like for you, like when the guest said, if you're saving money on a matinee, blah, blah, if you bring that to your partner and say, hey, look, I know that you like to save money, but every once in a while, I like to do some nice things. And that person's like, no, I'm sorry, I have to pinch every penny that I would. Well, that's the ball's in your court now. Now you have to decide whether this is a deal breaker for you or not. But for me, see, I don't mind that. I'm not someone who spends
Give me a matinee.
I'll go to matinee. We'll go to Dollar Tree. Okay, we'll stop at Dollar Tree on the way and pick up our
Saturday afternoon, give me a matinee. It's the same movie.
Like I'm always, for me, that's not a deal breaker. You know what I mean? I don't spend a lot of money. I never have been someone who spent a lot of money. To me, I much rather spend my money on travel or experiences or that other than things. To me, things are really not that important. But if I'm with a partner who says, well, you know what? More for me, like I want to wear the nice clothes. I want you to spend money. Well, then that's up to me. But it really doesn't matter whether it's, communication, whether it's honesty, controlling. All of these red flags, they're all subjective to, is that a deal breaker for you? And is that partner and you, are y'all willing to work on that? Are y'all willing to come to a consensus? Because you're never going to be on the same page about everything. You know, how the way, that she's one of the ladies mentioned how you treat your mom. You're going to, like, if I come to you say, like, listen, Sally, like, look, you've always treated me right, but I really, like, it really concerns me the way you talk to your mom or the way you talk to your dad. There may be a reason why she talks to her mom or her dad. Well, you don't know. Everyone's got a different story. So I think the most important thing is you have to communicate. You have to communicate, listen, communicate to comprehend. Don't communicate to talk and share your point. But also, it's going to be subjective for every person, because what your red flags are may not be my red flags. Mm-hmm. You know, I of course I have red flags, but my red flags are going to be different than Dell's and yours, and my red flags may not be a big deal for you.
Mm-hmm. But more, you have red flags.
Well, everybody does.
What's your top 3 red flags you've been dating?
I don't know. I didn't agree to answer that question. That wasn't on the list. That wasn't on the list.
If you saw this, it'll turn you off. No more. If you saw this, you've been dating a person a month, and you saw this, you got 3 red flags that you can't do. I want to know them.
I think
we all want to know them. If y'all want to know more, it's 3 red flags. Say it. Put the red flag emoji in here. Put the red. Nope. He can't escape with that. Right. I love the answer, but we need the red flag.
Again, for me, the first thing is I need, because this is very personal for me. I would either like for you to share or respect my faith. If you're not someone who can respect my faith, if you're not someone who, I don't necessarily mean that you have to be on the same level with me. You don't have to be as devout as me. But if you don't at least respect or willing to, share in that with me, then I'm sorry, that's a red flag for me. I can't do that, because that's central to who I am. Second thing for me, and this is very subjective to me just because of my history, is your relationship history in terms of, are you someone who's always broken up with the other person? Because that to me is a red flag. Or have you cheated on the people? My thing is I have anxiety with abandonment, because all the relationships I've ever had, I've been abandoned. So if you're someone you've never been broken up with, you've always been the one to break up, that tells me you don't stick around. So that's going to be a red flag to me. That may mean that, hey, you have commitment issues. Hey, you're going to jet at the first sign of trouble. And my third red flag is you're not a good communicator. And that should probably be number 1, to be honest. It's like, and I'm not saying communicate to tell me your point, because 2 people can talk all day long, talk. But if you're not seeking to understand, I'm not saying you got to agree, but if you don't respect my perspective, I once read someone who doesn't respect your perspective, whether or not they agree to it, it's like playing chess with the pigeon. You may win, but at the end of the day, they just gonna shit on the board and pretend like they won. So you've got to be able to seek to understand that person's perspective, respect that person's perspective, even if it's not your own. So for me, do you respect where I'm coming from in life, whether it be my faith, my family, my values? Do you care about my values? 2, your relationship history. Do you always get up and leave? And 3, your communication.
I like that more. Thank you. I had to yell at you a little bit to get it out of you, but I took that technique from you on your live. So thank you. All right, Dale, can you take it away with that?
All right. I mean, I'm in line with more, except the abandonment thing. So like communication for me, I'm not a good communicator a lot of times. I've been So over the course of my livelihood, I've been learning to communicate, right? So this app has actually helped me to communicate because I don't talk this much. You know what I'm saying? So I don't talk this much in real life as opposed because I'm probably the opposite because a lot of people be like, oh, you're all you're all hyper and go lucky on your live, but when I see you in real life, you're calm, cool, and collected. That's because I'm 37. Like people forget that at my age, right? So like I'm not jumping off the wall all the time and entertaining and stuff like that. So for me, one of the biggest things is communication because like for me, it's harder for me to communicate a lot of the things because I'm so used to holding things inside and finding a fix, even being in the military, right? So it's all about reacting and fixing as opposed to feeling and emotions, right? So like that's one of the bigger things for me is having a person, a spouse that can be able to communicate and then have it with her fixes. Another red flag for me is a nasty ass woman, right? So like that is a red flag. Like if you're
All right, is that number two? Because we got to get to the
last.
last.
If we've been dating and I come to your house and your house is nasty, I can't do it, right? So women are supposed to be cleaner than men. And if a man says that your shit is nasty, your man says it's nasty, then I can't do it. Like that's for me, and I'm doing that early. You know what I'm saying? Before I get to all these emotions and all this other thing, before we get in deep. Like we can't both be nasty, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My clean is not your clean, but your clean is be better than my clean because I'm the guy here and you're the woman. So if you're nasty, you at a nasty spot. You know what I'm saying? If I'm coming to your kitchen and it's nasty, now you go into your room, you got some clothes piled up in the corner. That's different. But if I'm coming into the living area and it's nasty, that's a no-go for me. I'm not doing that. Like we're not both going to be dirty up in this house. I'm the one that's doing blood, sweat, and tears and actually do dirt stuff. And you coming back to I'm coming back to some more stuff at the house. You know what I'm saying? I want to say the other word, but you know, that's more emotion. And then what's the third one? The third one, that's a red flag. Is how do you treat your elders? For me, you know what I'm saying? How do you treat your elders? That's one of the things. Do you respect your mom? Do you respect your dad? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's going to tell me where you're going to be when it comes down to when it comes down to how our longevity is going to be. Because if you can't respect your parents, you damn sure can't respect me. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, he did you wrong. What you call it? You're grown now. You know what I'm saying? You have your parents are still alive, and if you can't see that you're a grown person, how are you going to treat your kids when it comes to that situation, right? So that tells me in the longevity of what you call it, because your dad could be a crackhead his whole life, but he's trying to change his life around, and you're not giving them the opportunity to even like do that, and you're grown. Like that's a red flag for me because the simple fact that you can't forgive. You know what I'm saying? Like we all make mistakes and we're all not perfect, right? But those are people that gave you life, regardless if you like it or not. They gave you life, and you have to be able to understand and try to understand as an adult, and then speak that out because that's something that you're holding inside within that you don't want to display to them still because you hate them so much. And it should not be no hatred to the person that gave you life, no matter what hell they put you through. Because you need to speak that out as an adult and get that and release that tension that you have in order for you to build up to another part. So those are my.
I think like I said, this is just proof that this is all subjective because I don't and how much of this stuff is a deal breaker for each and every one of us because I honestly have a very high tolerance level. There's some things that are just absolute deal breakers. I don't really care if a girl's messy. Okay, I don't really care if she's cheap. I don't care if she's I can put up with a lot. Do you treat me right? That's what I care about. You know what I mean? So like everybody's red flags are gonna be different. I dated a girl who like I went in her room. I was like, what the hell?
Exactly, and that's. Exactly, more. That's why we needed to hear them. Okay, we got to wrap this up. The last question of the night. The last question, because I know you're sick, so I want to get you out the box. The ladies want to know, how much time do you allow yourself for self-care before
Do
you
you
move
mind if
on
I
with
go first?
another
I actually got to be
relationship?
on another show right now, so I got.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna answer it, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna hop
Yep,
out.
yep,
I love you
yep.
guys. I really
Go
love
ahead,
being
go
on the show. So I wanted to say this real quick.
Thank you.
I practice this answer. I think there's a difference between self-care and healing. I think there's this false narrative out there that once we go through a breakup, right, that we got to work on ourselves and we've got to go through some kind of self-development before we're ready to move on and go to the next relationship. And I think that's absolutely false. I think what we need to do is heal. And I think that's definitely important. We definitely need to be healed from our past relationships so that when I'm ready to put myself out there again, I'm in a healthy space to do so. But there's just this false narrative. I mean, how many times you broke up with, like, you've heard someone after they broke up and they're like, man, I just need to focus on me for a while. I just need to do me and I need to grow. And I'm like, first of all, if you should never stop working on yourself. You should never stop focusing on you. Even if you're in a relationship, you should continuously be trying to grow. I don't care if you're in a conflicted relationship or if you're in a healthy relationship. Self-growth is a lifetime journey. You shouldn't be, oh, I'm in a happy relationship and everything's going well right now. I guess I've made it. I don't need to work on myself anymore. You should continue to work on yourself. That's a life. I don't care if you're 89 and you've been married for 50 years. You should continuously try to be better so you can not only be better for your other person, but be better for yourself. But definitely you need time to heal. That's going to be subjective. Again, I hate to keep using that word, to each and every person. When you feel that you've completely healed from that person and that you are ready to offer your best to someone else, then it's time to throw yourself back out there. Now, if you're in a place where you don't feel like you can offer your best self, because when you go through a breakup, I mean, it's earth shattering. I can tell you from personal experience, I mean, it rocks your whole world, especially if you're really in love with someone. So you can't offer your best to someone else if you're still broken. So I think you do need to heal. But I do think there's this false narrative out there that you got to go on this path of self-discovery and journey and all this other bullshit. When you break up, you don't got to go through all that. That should never stop. Learn from what you can from that relationship. Heal so that you're in a healthy spot. And then once you get in that relationship, keep growing. I hate to do this, D'Angelo. I love you guys. I got to hop out. I love you guys.
Hey, make sure y'all, hey,
Love
More,
you
we're going to
guys.
let you go. Thank you for being a guest. Go ahead, get out of here. You're on the board. Make sure y'all fade More. He's number 3 of the screen. He's got awesome opinions, as you heard. So make sure you fade More for me, please. All right, Dale, let's take it away.
More just dropped the mic and left. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. What am I supposed to say for that? What you want me to do? I'm confused.
You got to give your.
I mean, I agree with them. Amen. Preach, preacher. Can we bring him back? Can we?
Nah, you got to run. He's like,
You know what I'm saying?
You know, but he laid it down, didn't he, Dale?
Right,
That
then he just bounced.
He
He
was
just
talking
dropped the
fast.
mic and just bounced. What else am I supposed to say?
Like,
Yeah. What else am I supposed to say? You want me to say, oh, the same thing? Let me reiterate. Let me hit the highlights of what Moore said. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else you want me to say. But no. So before you can love anyone's self, you gotta love yourself first. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So like he said, you gotta grow. You gotta grow within yourself, and you gotta grow within a relationship, and you always constantly growing. And you try to build upon what you're trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think there's a time limit. You just know when you know. You know, but you gotta love yourself first before you can love anyone else. I'm sorry. I don't care what no one else says. And if you don't have yourself loved, then that and you down and depressed and all that stuff, maybe you're just not ready, and that's okay too. And that's accepting and then being aware of that, and then moving on to the next thing. But like more said, I don't know what else I'm gonna say. All I did was put a little extra dot on it, and it's like, all right, well, you can go to the ladies now. So I don't know what else to say.
it's always a good time with Dale. All right, Dale. Thank you. Stick
Yes,
around. Thanks
yes,
for being a special guest too. Ladies, take the box, please. Help Dale out.
I just want to say that was my question.
You was the author of that question?
I said that was the.
Okay, Pretty Troll was the author of that other question. That's dope. That's a deep question there. I ain't gonna lie. It had me thinking when I read that today. I was like, wow.
So I think Moore hit the nail on the head with that. Pretty Troll, did you want to go first or?
No, you guys go first. You guys go first. I'm listening.
You already started. Queen, go ahead. Take the floor. We all friendly here. You take the floor. And she served the question.
I think that he hit the nail on the head with saying that about self-development, right? So when I came up with the question, I was talking about healing, right? Because I see, remember I told you guys, I already prefaced by saying I'm a therapist, right? I see so many people rush into relationships, right? Without healing, and they don't understand why they're having so many problems in their current relationship, because they didn't figure it out with the one they just ended, right? So it's like the same problems are following them. And so I believe that you just need to take out time to kind of evaluate yourself, like, not even if he cheated on you, right? It's not about, okay, he cheated, but what could you have done better? What are some things that you lacked? How did y'all communicate? How could you be more assertive? Were you not listening? What are those things, right? So I think you need to just take time and heal, like maybe a year, and get to be in tune with what's going on with you so you can give your best self to someone else. A lot of times in relationships, and there's a situation, it has to be you done broke up, right? So you take baggage to another relationship, and then you have that person to be responsible for your emotional care. I don't want to be responsible for that. I don't want to do that. If she hurt you, I am sorry that she hurt you, right? But I don't have a problem helping encourage you and inspire you, but I can't. You can't take my energy. I don't want to have to build you up, okay? So I'm going to encourage you and I will help you, but I don't want you to put all that emotional distress on me. That's draining. So I need you to just take care of yourself first, right? Because then I'm going to develop resentment and be like, damn, I like him, but shit. All he want to do is talk about her and how that went. I don't want to hear that, right? So I need you to kind of take a break and kind of heal from that. We can talk about some things, right? But I want you to be healed from that experience before you come to me with that. Because when they come, it's like we got our kids, they put it's a lot. And then they wonder why we can't relax and lay there and take that. I can't take that. I'm thinking about all that you put on it, your shit and my shit. It's going to take me a little longer.
So okay, I respect it a lot, greatly. So you saying basically have all your I's and T's dotted when you come to me, make sure you're healthy, make sure you're mentally strong before you enter in a relationship with me, because I'm going to bring the same energy towards you. I like that. So be prepared to date. Be prepared to date me is what you're saying. Don't come and I'm not.
If you just broke up with your girlfriend 2 weeks ago, I'm good. I'm good. And y'all were together 5 years, and then you just rushing over there with me? No, it's some things. There's some stuff going on. You were with him 10 years. There's some stuff going on. I don't want because listen, you haven't even taken out time enough to understand what went wrong and what part you played in. And you're going to just bring all that and do all that to me? No. Because that didn't even make you want to, let me change this. Let me try this. No.
I like that. Okay. Miss Pretty Troll, Miss Randy, who wants to go next?
Miss Randy, you want to go?
You can go.
Oh, okay. All right, D'Angelo. The question again, so I make sure I answer it correctly.
Yes, Miss Pretty Troll. How much time do you allow yourself for self-care before you move on with another relationship?
Self-care. Okay, self-care. Now we're talking about healing. Well, it depends. It depends how long we've been together. It depends what was the break, why did we break up? All of these things depend. But personally, I mean, I was in a relationship for about a year. We broke up and I was devastated. I'm talking about love songs. I drank a whole bottle of wine on my own, a couple love songs. I was devastated. This lasted 3 days. By Friday, I was like, all right, girls, let's go out. We're having a good time. I was over it. I broke up and a different relationship. It took me about 2 years to heal from it. So it really depends on how you feel. Are you ready when you're with a new person? Are you making choices because your intent is with that new person, or are your choices stuck in the past? It really depends. Everybody is different, you know. If you've been to, and also too, I've had a situation where I was dating someone and they passed away. That's different from a breakup. That's a hard one. There's no closure there. You have to just work all that stuff out on your own. You have to get past that on your own. There is no breakup, there is no closure, there's no final talks, there's no anything. There's just, you got to get over it. That took way longer. Any day now. Any day now with that one. You know what I mean? And this was years ago. So it really just all depends. I mean, when you're ready to go, are you making moves for that person, or are you making moves stuck in the past? You know, are you making a move because you say, I enjoy my time with this person, or is your mindset, I have to forget this person, so let me spend time with this person? If it's B, it's wrong. You know, if it's B, it's wrong. You're not ready to move on yet. What you say, E?
I said, yeah, I agree with you.
Right. Because you have to be fair. You don't want to use anybody to get over anybody else, because that's just not right. Right?
Rebounds are cool. Rebounds aren't cool.
Right.
Rebounds are not cool.
Right.
All right, Miss Randy. Hey, Miss Pretty Troll, that was lovely. EU Smith, that was lovely. Like, hey, I love the enlightenment.
Thank you.
So I'm probably different than most. I'm probably older than everybody here, and I've been in 3 relationships. I've told 3 people my entire life that I've loved them. So like when we talk about like self-healing and like working on yourself, that's what I do. Like, and like now when we say like, have I hung out with people? Have I gotten to know people? Now I've done that. But when we talk about like real, like sit down, like I love you, I spend time with you, we are together, like we go together, that has happened 3 times in my entire life. Because like somebody said, like, am I going to introduce you to my family? Am I going to introduce you to my children? Like that is a step that like I have to think about. Like, am I ready to take this to the next level with you? And like at my age, am I ready to put my heart on the table? So like some of it is like, am I ready to do this? So at 43, almost years old, like I have to think about all this stuff. Like even though my kids are a little bit grown, like am I ready to do all this stuff with you? So I'm gonna hang out with you. I'm gonna watch a movie with you. I'm gonna get to know you. But am I going to take the next level and make this a relationship? Right? That's when the whole like, do you got a car? Do you have a job? Do you have, you know, like, do I see a future with you? And like, I've told 3 people I love them in my entire life. So that's like, if that tells you where like the people that I've met, it doesn't happen. And so like, I allow myself a lot of self-care. I allow myself a lot of self-care. And now, is it mean that I'm picky? I don't know. Like when people, I love it. Why are you single? By choice. Mm-hmm. Not because people haven't asked me. It's by choice. I am single by choice. You know, like the opportunity, I could jump in a relationship tonight if I want to, but it's going to be a situationship, not a relationship.
Let's go.
Right. I understand that. As Sir Jeff say, thank y'all. Okay, stick around. I need all y'all.
Miss Randy, I didn't know this, but no, I trump you. I'm the oldest in the box. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Wait
my
a minute.
bad.
Let me see. I know you're lying.
Baby. I'm the cooler in the
Oh, here y'all
Go
are.
ahead.
Wonderful
building,
looking. I can't
baby.
lie.
Go ahead. You look amazing, baby. I thought I was the oldest.
Girl.
I'm the cooler in the baby.
I'm not gonna say nothing other than thank you, ladies. Y'all all look lovely. I can't tell. Are y'all all what 29, 25, 19? I don't know. Hell, y'all all look young. But I'm gonna let y'all get out the box now. I need all y'all to put y'all emojis in the live. I want everybody to fade y'all that don't have y'all fade while I put the administrators in the box. Can I get all the administrators in the box? Can I get all the special guests out the box? And I need all the special guests and only the special guests to put their emoji in the live stream so we can get them fade
Thank you.
because their opinions matter.
Wow.
Okay, we went a little bit over on the show. I know these opinions was great, ladies. Suze, take the floor.
I'm sorry, I'm just
Troy,
not
you getting
feeling
in or
very
not?
good tonight, but I wanted to say that one thing that stuck out for me tonight was huge was that if you can't be vulnerable with someone, then how can you expect to get love or to give love? Like if you can't feel that vulnerability, if you can't let down who you are, like for everybody, you know, at the end of the day, it's that piece was really powerful for me. I thank you for that. That's all I got.
All right, Dale, I got you in the
I'm
box
gonna
one
get
second. Okay, all right. True, and then Classy, can you give me a piece, and then we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna give everybody. Okay, you gotta go. Let me give Dale a shout out real quick. Dale, hop in.
Real quick, great show. Hey, once it's featured, you can go an hour and 15 minutes. So just to put you on, you actually ended it right on time. So like you're going to be featured for 75 minutes. All right. So just a little FYI. All right, I gotta go.
Okay. Okay. All right. True, Classy.
I just want to say thank you to all the guests for being on the show. And
Okay, she had a call.
Okay.
Go ahead, True.
Hey, so I just want to echo that real quick. Like I appreciate all the guests showing up and absolutely showing out. Those answers were phenomenal. Again, I think it just gives us some insight, a window into how people are thinking, and how everybody is so different. And that's what makes the show so dope, right? Because everybody's opinions matter. You don't have to agree with them, but you can respect how these people are coming across and bearing their soul to you, right? Because we're talking about real life stuff. This is relationship. From so different, and you get from many different angles, from so many different meanings.
All I want is for you to dissect.
It's all about growth, right? So it to me, I always say it, you hear me say it all the time, it's progress, not perfection. And that's what we're doing here. I think that all these comments are helping people out, you know, with that progress. So thanks again for everybody showing up. Appreciate it.
Thank you for all the gifts. I didn't thank the gifters because I don't want to interrupt anybody, but thank everybody that gifted me and gifted everybody in the guest box. I will fave all of you and try to get to y'all screams at some point. I really do appreciate y'all for coming and being in the audience and being a part of the show and supporting your streamer. I love that. I thank you. Classy, what was you saying? You can take us away and then we out.
I was just saying that the comments were great. There were a few, like the one about having breaks. The opinions that they were telling me, some of them really touched me and stuff. So that was really cool. But I always learn something. So I just appreciate the guests for sharing their opinions and coming and just blowing my mind away. So thank you.
And if you want to get on the show, contact True, Classy, or Suze via IG. If you want to get on the show, contact one of them three. They will get you on the show so we can hear your awesome opinions. Thank you. This has been the 1-6 where opinions matter. Y'all have a good night.
You too.